So in this video, we are going to update an application that we have created earlier, known as People of GOT. We will be adding two new features, filter by house and search people. Filter by house is a tags with the house name, and when you click on that, only the people of that houses will be visible here. Similarly, when you start searching by typing any name, then the people's name containing that search will be visible on down there. Before writing code, let's just take a look of how this application looks like right now. So here we have all the tags and search in static. The only thing dynamic here is the number of people shown. And if we look at our JavaScript, it is selecting the root element, that is UL, getting all the people from got.houses, and it is coming from data.js file, that is this file, and getting all the people, and based on that creating the li image, another element, and putting it into the root element. So this is how we are creating the layout. Now let's go ahead and start working on our filter by tags. So the first thing we need to do is to get all the tags or the name of the houses. So how can we do that? So for that we'll say let all tags is equal to get the tags, we'll have to look at the structure of the data. So got.houses is an array of object which contains the name of the tags or name of the house. So how can we do that? So here we will be using map because the input array size will be similar to output. So we'll say got.houses.map. It will give me access to one house. Each house is an object. From that object, all I need is the name of the house. So we'll say house.name. Now if you want to take a look at this, you can just say console.log all tags. Refresh it, and here we can see all the tags, that is 11. We have to display these tags right here as our tag here. So we'll remove this. We just have to create a UL, select our tag element in JS file. Similar to cards, we'll say root tags, and here it will be tags. And we'll create a function, create tags UI, that accept all the tags, that will default to empty array, and it will do the same thing that we are doing it here. We'll copy it, paste it here. Instead of root, it will be root tags. Instead of data, it will be tags. And we don't have to create all of it, so I'll just remove this, create a li, and we'll say li.inner text should be equal to, we'll get one single tag, and we'll say tag. And we have to call this function. We'll say create tag UI, and we'll pass all tags. Let's see. So everything is gone. Instead of adding it to root.append, we will be doing root tags.append. Refresh it, and here we can see all the tags that we need. Starks, Lannisters, Baratheons, Targaryens, Greyjoys, and everything like that. So we are displaying all the tags. Along with that, we will have to add an event listener so we can change the UI right here. So first thing we need to do is to add an event listener on these tags. So how can we do that? We'll have li, we'll just say add event listener. We are listening to the event of type click, and when that happens, I need you to call this function. So what I need to do is, in the starting, no house will be selected. So we need to keep a state. State means data. So we'll say let active house is equal to empty. And as soon as you click on any of this tag, all I need to do is change active house is equal to whatever we are getting, that is tag. So as soon as you click on any of it, the first thing you will need to do is to change the UI here. How the UI is changing here? We are changing the UI or creating the UI using create cards function that accepts a collection of people. So what we can do here is we'll say filtered people, or you can just say people of the house. So we'll say people of the house. And how we will get the people only of that house? So to get the people of that specific house, we will have to use the data. How we can do that? We just have to say got.house and get the index. Once we find the index, we'll just get this object. Inside that, we will have to find this. So let's just go ahead and find it first. So we'll say got.houses.find. We have to find the first house with that name. So we'll say, so we'll get access to one house, and we need to say house.name is equal to whatever is the tag. So this will give me access to that specific house. That will be an object. So if you want to check, let's go ahead and say console.log people of the house. Refresh it, click on any stock, and you can see you're getting the stock house. So this is an object. You just need access to the people. So we'll just say dot people. If that is not present, I'm just saying default to an empty array. So we'll get people of the houses. Along with that, what we need to do is to call this function with a new array, that is people of the house. Refresh it, click on stocks, and we can see only stocks are visible. When you click on Lannisters, look at this, it is changing. It is changing. So all of these things are changing and it is working properly. The only problem here is, so we are not able to understand which tag is active. So to change the visual impression of it, how we are going to do that, I've already created a class named active, and we just need to add it whenever we are creating the tags UI here. So how can we do that? So simply how we should be doing it is we'll say li.classList.add. We need to add a class of active, but there needs to be a condition, and that condition is whenever you have active house is equal to tag, then only you have to do this. We have a variable named active house, and whenever you're clicking on any other tag, I'm updating the active house, and whenever it is active house, you just have to update it. So now what we need to do is refresh this page, and whenever you are saying create card, along with that you also need to say create tags UI, and we'll pass all tags. Now if we refresh it and click on any of the tag like stocks, you can see it is active. Clicking on Lannisters, this became active now. So the way we are doing it is like we have a variable called active house, and whenever the active house matches our tag, we're just adding an active class, and our active class is just adding a new style to it. So whenever you click on Targaryens, first thing I'm doing is updating the state, that is active house variable, and based on that I'm changing the style. So in this way we are able to complete the first part of it. When you click on any of it, it displays different information based on it. Let's move on to the next feature. Next feature is search. So when you start typing anything here, it needs to search, and based on that it needs to display the output here. So the first thing we need to do is to add an event listener on this one. So to get a hold of that element, let's give it a class of search. Select it using JavaScript. We'll say search, and we'll add an event listener on it. We'll say search dot add event listener. So we are listening for the event of type input or change or key up. You can have any of that. And here we'll just call a function handle search. We'll go ahead and create the function handle search. Handle search function will get access to event object, and here we just need to say console.log event.target.value. Refresh it, click on it, and you can see you're getting the value here. Now what we need to do is, this is a text people are searching for, so we'll say text, or better let's call it search text. Now once we get the search text, we just have to search on all the people. So we'll say let filtered people is equal to all people dot filter. We'll get access to one person, and we'll say person dot name dot includes any of it, any of the search text. So we'll say search text here. If that is the case, all you need to do is to update the UI. How we are updating the UI? By calling this function create cards. So we'll call this function create cards and we'll say all people. Sorry, instead of all people, we'll say filtered people. Refresh it. Now if we go ahead and search for it, we'll see, let's search for stocks. Oh, it's not showing anything. Do you know why? Because if you look at the name, stock starts with capital S and JavaScript is a case sensitive language. So obviously it will not be same. So what we need to do is to convert name and search text both in lowercase. So then it will become easier to search. So we'll say p.name.to lowercase. Same here. We'll say search text.to lowercase. Let's see if it works. Now let's search for stocks. And we can see all the stocks are visible here. Similarly, if we search for Edad, you'll see all the things are working. So as soon as you're typing for something, say for example you want to search for Tyrion, so you'll say ty, all the person whose name contains ty, you can see it here. So in this way we are able to complete our search, along with we are able to complete showing individual tags, and when you click on it, it displays people of that house only. Important thing to notice is here we have an active house. Based on that we are displaying which one is active. We are getting all the tags, all people, we are creating cards, and here we are creating tags UI and adding event listener here, and we have a function named handle search. So in this way we completed adding new functionality to people of GOT.